Hey, Shalom. Name's a warrior, first and foremost. Give all praise, all the glory to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem, Harakak, double honors to the apostles and those of great millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect. Alright, see where I wanted to go real quick. Should be a quick video. Alright, Micah 2 and 10. Okay. So, first and foremost, the Most High's name is Yahweh. Alright. His son's name is Yahweh Shai, whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Okay, the people of the Lord are so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans who have been scattered among all nations, even looking like the other nations. All right, which, you know, those that are of the elect will be called by the Spirit into the truth and accept Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, all right, and be delivered in these last days, in which, the natural heathen, okay, will be destroyed, and the chosen of them will be uh saved for captivity in the kingdom of heaven. Okay, because the Lord is coming to set up Israel upon the earth again. The Lord is coming to take over the world, man, and establish a kingdom of righteousness. All right, because you read the Bible and it's all about, you know, Israel being the firstborn, you know, being the apple of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai's eye, so on and so forth, man, being, special unto himself, better than all other nations. You can't get around it. You know, the Lord's not dealing with, you know, and this is coming from somebody that looks like an Edomite, bro. The Lord is not dealing with other nations. Like, if you are an actual Edomite, you're going to be destroyed and you're going to be punished in the kingdom of heaven in captivity and slavery. Um, and eventually be utterly destroyed. Okay, because it's in the scriptures that Esau, Edom will be utterly destroyed. You know, so there's a lot of confusion going on, man, with these Israelites out here. And it's only gonna get worse as we get closer to the end. But this is Micah 2 and 10. It says, "Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest." Right. So if you wise, man, you take heed to this, bro. You shouldn't. You really. It's really best not to deal with a woman. And if you deal with a woman, it's best to just keep your space between the two of you. Because these women are just bugged out, man. They're polluted. Okay. As it continues to say, because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with a sword destruction. No, I'm not saying that, you know, um, if you have a woman, you should get rid of her or something like no, no, that's not what I'm saying. But if you young, you're newer, brother, you know what I'm saying? Um you really don't have a woman like that, like, man, just wait for Isaiah 4 and 1 would be the best advice. You definitely don't want to have children because that's just gonna be a burden upon you because this is not your rest, you know? And you're gonna be all stressing about your kids, worried about your kids, and I know this stuff from experience, man. Everything is polluted here, man. We're surrounded by idol worshippers, by idols. We're surrounded by people that are bugged out in this world. You know, um, they just don't understand. You know, and so arise you and depart. Um, but pretty much means separate yourself from the world as much as possible, man. And it'd just be better for you. It'll keep you out of a lot of situations and keep you from a lot of pain and misery and suffering to just, build yourself up and worry about yourself, get away from the world as much as possible because ain't nobody in this world gonna understand you, okay? Ain't nobody in this world gonna agree with you. People are gonna think you're crazy, your family will think you're crazy, you know. They're just not gonna understand. And that's just the way that it is, man. The majority of people on the planet, majority of Israel on the planet is blinded to the truth, man. Blinded to the truth. All right. It says here in America, 2/3 of the nation of Israel are going to be destroyed, man. So when it says arise ye and depart, this is not your rest. It's basically saying, man, just seek Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Just be as a pilgrim, as it tells you in the scriptures. Be as a pilgrim. If you have a wife, it tells you in the scriptures, be as though you had not one. All right. Uh, uh, uh. I'll go with this one. Shoot. First Peter 2:11, it says, dearly beloved, I beseech you as strangers and pilgrims, abstain from fleshly lusts which war against the soul. And it could be anything, man. You want to get in with some people, have some kind of friend group, um, find just there's so much stuff in the world, bro. That it's just nothing but traps and snares and entanglements and a distraction. That's all this stuff is, man, is a distraction. And I know this, man, because I deal with it, you know. That's why it says in the scriptures, no man that warreth himself entangleth himself with the affairs of this life. Because, you know, if you if you let it, having a family and children and a woman, dealing with your family members and such like that, you know, the cares of this life and the cares of this world will choke the word out of you. All right, it'll choke it up out of you, man. Cause you just so caught up in everything else that's going on, man. It says having your conversation honest among the Gentiles, that whereas they speak against you as evildoers, they may, by your good works, which they shall behold, glorify God in the day of visitation. All right. So, you know, having your conversation honest, meaning, you just live a humble, simple, all right, godly life, man. All right. Abstain from wickedness, abstain from the flesh, from lust. Keep the law, statutes, commandments to the best of your ability. All right. And just don't root yourself in this world, man. Don't put down roots in this world if you can, because that's just something that a man wants as a woman. And like me, I just kind of ended up having children, bro. Just being uh what's the word I'm looking for? Irresponsible. I've done a lot of irresponsible things. That's something that you have to be, man. And the truth is, be responsible. You really, want to establish yourself first. All right, and put the truth first, man. And keep the truth at the forefront because that's really what's gonna save you, man. That's what's gonna build your spirit. That's what's gonna do it for you. But this place is just it's trash, man. It's trash because you being in the spirit, bro, everything is against you, and Satan gonna come against you in every way that he fucking can, and that's just the way that it is, man. And you better have thick skin and be able to ignore all the bullshit. If you're gonna have family and all that stuff here, man, because these women are just. It's gonna take a major slap in the face for them to chill out, man. Pipe down. Hey, man. Hopefully it's edifying. Don't give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh. By Shem Yahweh Shai. By Shem Harakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and those a great millstone. Shalom to hopefully elect.